Hello, my name is Josh Lipton, and today I want to do something a little different and uh, make some recommendations of content creators online that I really enjoy and I think have added value to my growth as an investor. I try to read a lot of books, but I find that YouTube videos are so much more digestible, and so I've become really into a couple different ones that I wanted to share with you and thought you should go check out if you're also looking to grow as an investor. So I broke this down into four different groups. So the first one I'm calling business strategy. These are people who think about business differently. How can we add value to the product? So number one is Galley from Hyperchange. I want to give a huge shout out to Galley for he was the first one to get me into Tesla and really helped me understand the thesis. This was about 2.5, 3 years ago. So huge win in my portfolio. Thank you, Galley. And yeah, he really helped me understand the possible growth of Tesla and what the vision is. This is really what this is. It's about what is the vision for a company. The other one that's also in this area is Professor Scott Galloway. I really like the way he looks at businesses and thinks. Again, both of them are wrong sometimes, but it's kind of funny. They both called that Amazon should acquire Whole Foods, which was a great call and obviously happened. But then Scott Galloway thought Tesla would drop by 50% way before it went up 8 times. And Galley's always been on the Tesla train. So sometimes they have diverging thoughts and sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. But I think they both have interesting perspectives on how they look at businesses. And that's really what it's about. It's about learning how to look at businesses. And you're not always going to be right, but you're trying to understand the vision of where these businesses could be. The next one is what I call traditional investing. So there's three here, or traditional valuation. So Everything Money does a good job of helping people understand the basic fundamentals of what drives the value of a business. It's cash flows, what leads to cash flows, what's revenue growth and margins, and the importance of all those things. I don't always agree with them on a lot of things. I think they're very conservative when it comes to valuation. I think they fall into a lot of value traps, but they're very good for beginning. So if you're out there and you're not sure and you'd like to learn, I think they're good. And I also think they really helped me personally understand the cost of share dilution. That is not something I really took into account. I was always good at DCFs, but I never really looked at share count. And so thank you, Everything Money, for that. That was the main benefit I got from them. Jimmy from Learn to Invest, he's also great. Again, these are traditional valuation, helping you understand how to value different companies. Jimmy goes over how to value REITs versus banks, DCFs. Again, he really helps you understand the numbers. So big shout out to Jimmy. And the last one, I also really like Unrivaled Investing. They do a great job showing how businesses can potentially be huge winners and what is the risk reward, what's the upside or the downside based on your numbers. And this might even fall into the next section, which is what I call modern valuation. So that's this group. So the first one, Justin O from Sense Invest, huge fan, former Wall Street banker, and he really helps you understand how to value non-profitable high-growth companies. Because traditional value investing does not really, and valuation methods don't do a great job of saying, oh, look, Spotify is losing money for the next 5 years, but they're growing. How do I value that? You can, but I think there's better tools today for valuing these money losing companies and high growth companies and SaaS companies. So Justin does a great job breaking that down. And then the king of valuation, the dean of valuation, Aswath Damodaran. If you don't know Aswath, he is a NYU professor. He's known as the dean of valuation. He is amazing. He gives so many lectures on complex topics. It is a little deeper, but he's amazing. And he really taught me that all your numbers is a story. You can make Tesla and a DCF look like an amazing investment or a bad investment based on the assumptions you take, but those assumptions are based on a story you're telling about the growth rates, about the competition coming in. Has that impact margins? Has that impact when does full self-driving does that take over? When does that happen? How does that impact the growth of the company? What happens if there's a lithium shortage? So all those things can be impacted in the numbers you choose, and that story you tell will be told through numbers. So that's what Osma taught me, and highly recommend checking his channel out. There's two more. These are just for entertainment more than education, but I'm a big fan of the All In podcast. It's very funny. Again, less educational, but does keep me caught up on some news and some stories from around the world. And same with the Compound. Again, some educational value, but it's a lot about just what's going on in the world, and they put a funny spin on it. So these are some content creators that I very much enjoy, and I highly recommend you check them out, as I think they're both educational and informative and entertaining. So yeah, thanks so much. Hopefully this was a fun video for you. Again, my name is Josh Lipton, and thanks for watching.